day. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your girl Sensei. I am here, the host of the Sports Senseis with my good sister Jay Nicole. Ruth the Truth is not with us at the moment, but she will be popping in a little bit later on the show. But without further ado, we are back. We are so happy to be back. It's been a long time coming. We've been trying to get the band back together, but as you know, we live on three different coasts. We got three different schedules, so it's hard for us to all kind of get on the same page sometimes. But we finally was able to lock in and get it right. So without further ado, let me introduce one of my sisters, one of the fellow ladies of the sports says, Jay Nicole. How are you doing, sister? It's so good to see you. I'm so happy that we're back. How are you, Queen?
Yes. Very, very good. Glad to be back. Missed you ladies for sure. I'm a little sad though because my Chiefs didn't even make the playoffs. But we don't need to talk about that tonight. But that's a conversation for another day, for another time. But yeah, glad and like I said, ready to be here, ready to talk sports with you ladies.
Yes, indeed. Like I said, it's so good to be back. Yeah, Jay. It does feel. I'm not gonna lie, Jay. It does feel weird without your Chiefs in the playoffs. It does feel a little strange
What's
without
going
Patty
on?
Mahomes, Travis Kelce. I don't know what's going on in the world. I don't like it, but I'm sure that they will be back next year. Chiefs Kingdom will bounce back. But without further ado, since we're already on football, let's hop right in. We had the wild card weekend that started last weekend. We had a slew of crazy games, crazy finishes, just otherworldly stuff that we've never seen before. Very competitive. So let's start with the game of the year. I feel like unless something is able to top this is my game of the year. But let's start with the Packers and the Bears, which is a age old rivalry for ages, for decades, for as long as I can remember. There's always been Packers versus Bears. There were so many predictions, so many people going towards the Packers way. And if you watch the game, it looked like the Packers were going to just walk away with it. But then obviously Caleb Williams and the Bears have something to say about that. So Jay, I will start with you first. What were your thoughts on the Bears Packers game? And before you get into the actual breakdown of the game, who did you have winning prior to the actual game?
Yeah, so look, my Chiefs ain't in it. So you and I
Yeah,
both from the shy. So I'm like, let's go with the home team, baby. Let's go. Let's
fair
go.
enough.
Okay. Caleb been looking great. So I mean, the stress that I was under watching that game, my blood pressure high. I think my heart dropped. Like it was crazy. They took me through a lot of
Yeah.
emotions. I felt like I was
Hmm.
watching my Chiefs because that's how invested I was into this game, man. Oh my gosh, it was crazy, right? The battle,
Hmm.
what did Ben Johnson say when he came into the coach? I look forward to beating Matt LaFleur
Twice
two
a
times a
year.
year, right?
Hmm.
Right. And
Hmm.
so total of 3 games, but I think this was only the second
Yeah.
time
Yep.
they played in the
Yep.
playoffs against each other.
Yep.
So man, you knew it was gonna be great. And
Hmm.
yeah, it took me through every single emotion. When Caleb threw the winning touchdown to DJ Moore, I didn't even get excited because I was like, we still got a minute 42.
Yeah, we still got time.
It ain't over. I was
We
like,
still got
okay, I was
time.
like
Yes.
excited, but I couldn't even. I was like, okay, we gotta excuse me. We gotta play this out. So
Hmm.
man, so many emotions, but sorry. I'm so sorry. All of a sudden get choked up.
You're all good.
But what I'll say is Ben Johnson said, hey, I showed in preseason, I showed them the Patriots Falcons game, right? He showed them that game, right, where Tom Brady comes back 20, scores 28-3. They're down 25 points. He showed them that they have the most wins of any team now with this playoff win, 7 wins with 2 minutes or left in the fourth quarter, trailing and winning the game. No other team has done that. Caleb is crutch. I can't speak. I'm sorry, he's clutch.
You're fine.
Ice in his veins. I'm excited. Sorry, ice in his veins. All of that. Like, this is crazy, and I'm really loving 84. Coasting Loveland. Ever since the Bears do this thing where they like in their practice where they like have to sing a song or whatever, and so it's going viral. He was singing Mario, "You Should Let Me Love You." I said, "Okay,
yes, okay."
He got a little thing, right? So
he got a little Lowry on him. He got a little Lowry.
Right. He might be my new white chocolate. He might be my new white chocolate,
Oh, Travis. Oh.
Travis, he ain't white chocolate no more. But
this is breaking news, y'all. Breaking news over Travis. This is breaking news.
He's not my white chocolate no more. So I'm like, okay, what's up? I'm like 84. I'm aging myself, but that's the year I was born. So I'm like, all right, cool. But I'm like, man, we really just doing something. You can just tell the team is so bought into Ben Johnson and what he says. Best, better, best. I could get the whole thing going, but like, it's just it's electric, man. It is absolutely electric. I watch every time post game. They're in the locker room. He gives away, the game balls or whatever. And when Caleb gave the game ball to Ben Johnson and he was choked up, it's just a really beautiful thing to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it being a home team, I got to ride them all the way out to the Super Bowl. I'm going with them. I'm like, that's the whole tea. So if they keep doing what they're doing, man, we do want them to start the game off faster, though. It's like, don't give us. I was 2. We were looking, but I knew it was over. I was like, it ain't over. Don't start off like that every time. They played a game against the 49ers a couple weeks ago, and it was literally a shootout. You know what I mean? And we could have won that game at the end. It literally came down to the last pass. So hopefully. Look, the Rams are different than the Packers, okay? Let's call it what it is. And they need to come on very strong, have a strong start, stay in it. But LA Rams ain't used to playing in
that frozen tundra.
Right. They ain't ready for that.
Listen, 6-degree weather on top of negative wind chill is a different experience. If you have never experienced negative wind chill, you don't know what cold is for real.
Exactly. So I'm like, okay, they got that. We got that going for us. 2 playoff games at home. Like this is exciting, man. I know they thought, the Bears, it'll be a rebuilding year, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But to come in and win big and have the team and the guys believe in it, our rookies, number 10, that's my lucky number 2, Luther. I'm like, okay, bro, I see you. You know what I mean? Caleb, if you want to throw however many passes off your left leg, fall into the thing to what was it, 4th and 8 to
did you see the Jordan symbol?
Exactly. yes, the Jordan symbol. Like, look, Caleb, the Jordan symbol. I'm like, okay, to Roma Doomsday. Okay, cool, do it, man. Do it all. It's just exciting to see. I mean, Chicago hasn't had a good quarterback since, do we even know when? You know what I mean?
It's been a while. Yeah.
4,000 yards. I mean, Caleb got close to, I think it was like 3,950 or something like that. But like the city of Chicago is on fire, is lights up. So, hey, love to see it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like Chicago is a city that when one of their sports teams is doing good, it's good for sports. Like Chicago, New York, LA, like places like those, like when they have good competing teams, it's just good for sports. It just is, because the way that Chicago is, especially their fans, especially how they feel about the Bears, the history behind the Bears, like Soldier Field, like all that whole vibe, that whole energy. When the Bears are good and they are competing, it is great for the sport of football. And all year long, this team has just been never say die. They just don't quit. They don't give up. They don't get down on themselves. They are not the Bears of old where, if a team got a big lead, we just pretty much knew that was a wash. This team doesn't have that. They got some fight in them. They got some hunger in them. They got a great coach. They got a quarterback who he does not fold under pressure. He doesn't get scared. As the brighter the lights get, I feel like the better he plays. And he's galvanized the troops like that. The troops, like that whole team, believes in him. They're behind him 100%, and it just shows in how they play. It shows in how they love on each other. It shows in how they celebrate, win, lose, or draw. Like they are the same team. So I'm definitely riding with them to get to the Super Bowl. But even if they don't, like as far as they make it, that's good enough for me because nobody. I don't think anybody saw that this Bears team getting to this point. Like you know what I'm saying, like Super Bowl is a stretch. It is a stretch. I'm not gonna lie, it's a stretch because they got some weaknesses. They got some stuff that they need to tie up. But hey man, like until they lose, I'm on the train. I'm the conductor. I'm chugga choo choo. Like I'm going crazy. Like I'm sorry. Like I'm from there. You know what I'm saying? You from there. You understand. I grew up around Bears fans. I can't do nothing but support them and have love for that team. But like I said, they've proven a lot of people wrong. And let's just say hypothetically they don't make the Super Bowl this year. I think in the next couple of years we're looking at a Super Bowl contender, possibly a Super Bowl champion. If they can get a couple loose ends tied up on the defense, get Caleb a couple more, reliable receivers, get a couple veterans on that squad, it's looking like that because Caleb has proven that he can be that quarterback that can lead that team. Now on the flip side of that, what do the Packers do next? Like, what is their next steps? Because you had a 21-3 lead. 21-3 going into the fourth quarter. You are winning the football game. All you have to do is maybe run it out. Couple receivers got to make some catches, and y'all are going on to the next round, but y'all blew it. So what's next? Is it on Jordan Love? Like, who did you blame? Like, what do you think are the next steps for the Packers?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, right? Your defense let their offense get back in the game. I mean, you really did. It's like y'all just didn't tighten up. You could see when we went to the second half, the whole game flipped, right? Now the Packers
dynamic
did
was
score that
different.
touchdown.
Yes.
Yeah, the dynamic was different. The Packers did score that touchdown in the fourth quarter. Hey, you know who they might be looking for? A new kicker. Because, oh, boy.
Oh,
like, look,
baby. Man, listen.
Right? That
Hey,
was
man.
crazy.
Hey, man. Listen,
That
if I'm
was
the Packers,
crazy. Brandon
Buddy got to
McManus.
walk back. He would have had to walk back to Wisconsin. If it was me, walk your ass back to Wisconsin. You got one job. One job.
That's it.
And you blew it.
That's it.
In the most crucial moment, you blew it. Oh,
That's
no.
it. 2 missed field
Walk your
goals
ass
and an
back
extra
home.
point. Yep. Gone. That's what you need to be looking for because, like, that's what we need you in crunch time.
Hello. Like, I was flabbergasted for multiple reasons. I feel like I think it was Dobson who had a critical pass thrown to him and he missed it. And he even got on Twitter and said, "That's on me. I should have made that." I'm not gonna put the game fully on him, but it would have definitely made a difference had he made that catch because they would have at least been closer to either getting a touchdown or closer in field goal range. But on top of that, like you said, the kicker, sir, you literally had one job. If you make that kick, Chicago has such an uphill.
Yeah.
To like to try to win, to even tie the game, not even win the game, to tie the game, they have such an uphill because that was a critical point in the game. For you to miss that field goal, sir. And I don't even care for Skip Bayless like that, but he makes an excellent point when it comes to NFL kickers. And he always says how he does not like them and how he hates that sometimes the game comes down to them. Because it's like literally you haven't gone through the physical brunt of the game. You ain't been pushed around, kicked, you ain't ran, you know what I'm saying, X amount of yards. Your job literally is to kick a ball through a field. And I know that's not easy. Like I'm not trying to hate on them or whatever because I know that's not an easy thing. But still, if that is your sole responsibility, you should be able to do that. And like, it wasn't like he slightly missed it. That was a wide right. Like, it wasn't even close. Like, soon as it went in the air, it went this way. And I was like, bruh. Like, and you can see it you can even see it on the Packers sideline. They were defeated after that happened. They were just like, this, you could just tell, like, psychologically, mentally, they were like, this is going to come back to bite us. And Freddie actually brings up a good question. What if Parsons plays? So do you think before we move on to the next topic, do you think that makes a difference if Micah Parsons is available to play for that game?
Oh yeah. I mean, we know he is a force to be reckoned with. Caleb was sacked once, but like if Micah in there, is it 2-3 times? You know what I mean? It definitely made a difference. And I mean, Caleb threw 2 interceptions, so it's like if you got a disruptor like Micah Parsons in there, I think it would have definitely made a difference. But if you look at the game and Caleb and how Jordan Love played, it's kind of the same except the two interceptions, but Caleb just, he was crunched when he needed to be. And our Bears defense, takeaways and punching out the ball and all the stuff all they do, you know what I mean? So I think it would have been, I don't know if the Bears, if Michael was there, I don't know if they could have made that comeback because he is that disruptive. So, but hey, we're glad you weren't there, and heal up, and we'll see you next season.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I definitely, I'm in agreement with you. I think that if Micah is there, it definitely makes a difference. I don't know how much of a difference because obviously the Bears would have to game plan different. Knowing that Michael Parsons is there. So that's just a hypothetical what if. But we can't really base it off that because at the end of the day, the Bears
won. We'll see you next season.
We'll see you next season, my boy. Like, rest up, get right, because Bears fans are gonna be talking cash. You know what?
Oh,
for the next year.
Listen. Tell me, Sensei, this was wild. The cheese grater with that real cheese with the grater. That was
wild. On national television. First of all. As somebody who works in a professional arena, I know the qualifications of what you can bring into the arena and what you can't.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
More likely than not, a cheese grater, being that it could be used for a weapon, it's not going to be allowed inside of a professional arena. The amount of cheese graters that I saw throughout that crowd in Soldier Field was diabolical. Like, I mean, there were fans that were just going crazy. And then, my favorite part, Caleb Williams. They on the social medias, they call him Iceman, they call him the acrylic assassin. I've seen multiple names. My boy, the cheese grate on that with the tongue out. Oh, okay.
That was wild.
Caleb, hey sir, you are my kind of petty. I like it. You are my and to add insult to injury. Lil Wayne, the ultimate Green Bay Packer fan, got on Twitter or X. I'm gonna call it Twitter because I started with Twitter. I'm gonna end with Twitter. Got on Twitter and said we lost to a man, and he used another word that we all know. But we lost to a man with purple nails. We suck. They're what? Yada yada yada. Caleb responded with bear down, but then also posted on Instagram a video with Mr. Carter as the song behind the video, which is a song behind Lil Wayne. Again, Caleb Williams, sir, you are my kind of petty. Because what? I live for things like that. Because who are you talking to? You mad? I don't care if I got purple nails, pink nails, yellow nails, blue nails. The Packers is on the couch. Either way it goes, they are sitting at the couch. I have a cheese grater. I grated the cheese. Be mad all you want to be mad. Love that for you, Caleb. But moving on to the next game. So Jags versus the Bills, which this was also another really, really, really good game. The Jags played their tail off, but the Bills ultimately pulled it out. Once again, Jay Nicole, who did you have winning prior to the game, and what are your takeaways from that actually?
Yeah, so I had the Bills winning, and I'm a shout out my guys. Cam and Greg over here talking about the Super Bowl going to be the Jags and the Rams.
Shout my boy Greg.
I said, y'all, that didn't age well at all. Y'all thought the Jags was going to beat the Bills? Josh Allen? First of all, let me say, okay, think about this. Josh has no Patrick, no Joe, and no Lamar.
Yep.
This is his year. If you don't get to the Super Bowl, at least get to the Super Bowl, okay?
You're never getting it.
You're never getting it. This is it, okay? Yes. You got married this year. Your wife is pregnant. Like, let it be all the things for you. Do all
and your wife was in Sinners, sir.
Hey!
Get it done.
Yes, that's your wife. It's Sinners, right? And she got some black in her. She did talk about like her great grandpa something. I said, okay, sis, I see you because you played that part. You played that part, girl.
Sure
but
did.
So I'm like, hey, it's his time, baby. It's his time. And plus he's battle tested. This is before when they started putting Josh all with Patrick before he really needed to, Josh didn't prove anything to me until the 13-second game. That's when I gave Josh his respect, and I was like, okay, because y'all had that in the bag, but don't leave Patrick Mahomes 13 seconds. Don't do it. But
you do that. You
but I saw you, and I said, okay, Josh, I see you. You are built for the moment, and now AFC wide open. It's yours to take. There's no. I'm not sitting here going, oh man, one team. I ain't worried about no Drake May. You know why? Because he ain't got no experience. You know what I mean? I ain't worried. Like
that's true. That's true.
What I mean? There's these teams in here right now that we didn't think there would be, right? That when the season started, we were like, man, this look way different. The postseason don't look like it usually do. But to me, it's Josh's for the taking. I knew he was going to put that cape on his back and he was going to do what he needs to do. 2 rushing touchdowns. Yeah, that's typical Josh Allen. That's what he do. This man got hit. He got hit. Somebody landed on his head, and then another person landed on his head. He went in a tip for concussion protocol. No, he good. He hit his hand.
Straight. Yes.
Right. He hit his hand on the helmet. Still that. They said he got a toe injury. Like he was like, look, I ain't going out.
When I'm going in,
This is it. This is my game. We doing it. I am not losing to Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. Sorry.
And then in their first year in the playoffs, and I don't know how many years. Yes, I agree with you 1,000%. I think that this is Josh Allen's time, and this is one of those things where, like, if you are a superstar in any sport or any profession, if you are great, sometimes you have a particular window. And if you don't capitalize and win in that window, you will never win. I see the Clippers when they was Lob City. They did not capitalize. When the Warriors are still trying to figure it out, they have never won a championship. There's other teams that I could list, but it's just one of those things. Like when you are in that time frame, you have to capitalize. And in Josh Allen and the Bills' case, especially being with their history when it comes to the playoffs and Super Bowls, this is your chance. This is your shot. You have to capitalize. So the fact that he showed himself against the Jags, I was not surprised. I was hoping that would be the outcome. However, the Jags did not make it easy. And let it be known, this Jags team is going to be good. They're going to be good for some years to come. Trevor Lawrence has finally figured it out. They're going to get Travis Hunter back next year, recovering from his injury. They got some pieces. They got a great defense. They got receivers. They got great protection on the offensive line. Like, this is going to be a team that you're going to have to see. You're going to have to see about. So the Bills beat them at the right time, because give the Jags another year or so, and they're going to be tough. But I'm not surprised at the outcome. Like I said, I felt like the Bills were going to win, and Josh Allen was going to do Josh Allen. Like you said, he put the Superman cape on and did what he does best. But they're gonna have to make a statement in games a little bit earlier, because the further that they get into the playoffs, the harder it's gonna get. And it's like you can't play with your food. Like when the food is set in front of you, you gotta eat. Like it can't be one of those things where you taking your time with it, because you mess around with the wrong team, it's gonna be an upset. And the last thing you want to do is get upset when it's your quote unquote time. Give that man in Kansas City some time to heal up. and he come back with a vengeance, especially how his team went out. It might get ugly. Oh, wait a minute. I think we got a special guest joining us. Hold on. I see a little. Oh, no, never mind. Just kidding.
It started.
It tried to. But yeah, so like I said, they did what they were supposed to do. So hopefully in the next round, who do they play? The Broncos, right?
They are about to go play the Broncos, and I don't care about no number 1 seed. Like the Bills, I'm like, again, you don't have experience, Bo Nix. Like I'm not worried about you. Like even if you don't get at home, and the Bills are going to be on the road the whole postseason. So
yes, they are.
But yeah,
like, but that's what makes champions. So get it done. Yeah. But Denver ain't. I mean, I know you say you're not worried about Bo Nix, but Denver ain't gonna be no easy out. So you gotta come ready, because they got a good defense too. They got a good defense too.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? So Josh Allen gonna have to be Superman. He can't come in there Clark Kent. You gotta be Superman. Like that's what we need to.
Do. You definitely
That's
do.
what we need to. And Denver is not an easy place to play either. Those fans, especially when it comes to playoff
Yeah.
time, you know better than anybody because you're a Chiefs fan, so you know what type of time
Yep.
it is when they go into Denver.
That altitude, you're gonna be on the
That
sideline with your
altitude,
oxygen.
yes, indeed.
Right.
Yes, indeed.
Like I need to breathe. So it's definitely gonna be cut out for a good game. I guess I just think this is his moment, and I think he's not gonna squander it. As far as at least getting to the Super Bowl, like, and he has the most playoff experience out of all the teams. So I just feel like, it's for him. Somebody's gonna have to take it from him. Somebody's gonna have to pry it from his hands if they want it. So
yes, I agree with you. So moving on, unfortunately, to the Eagles and 49ers, because I'm just so upset. So anyway, Eagles and 49ers, they played.
Your team, sister. Your team.
Listen, my team, my husband, even though he's not really my husband because he actually got his own wife, but it's okay. We'll talk about that later. My husband, Jalen, I'm just so sad about it because he should be still playing. But let me just, before we get into like, your thoughts and perspective, let me just kind of set the scene a little bit, right? So the Eagles 49ers game is played on the same day that the Sacramento Kings arena we had, I believe, what was that? When did they play last? Was that Saturday?
They played on Sunday. The Eagles and the 49ers played on Sunday.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay, so hold on. Let me just check my schedule real quick because I was at the arena. Okay, so yes, we had a Kings game that day. So I was at the arena preparing for the Kings game. Now, being that I live in Sacramento, as you could probably guess, there's a lot of 49er fans that reside in Sacramento.
Yes.
Because of that, I was like, I really want them to lose because there's like, if you've ever been to Golden One Center, right? There's a bar that's like a few steps away from the actual arena itself. Mm-hmm. So football games, basketball, Kings games, it's always packed. But in particular, when the 49ers or the Raiders play, it is jumping. So like when I go outside to prepare for the Kings game, of course it's jumping. There's 49ers fans galore. Like it's red jerseys. Damn. And in my head, I'm like, please let the Eagles win. Let the Eagles win. I just want to hear the disappointment. I'm so upset because I heard so many cheers, so many rejoicous sounds coming from this daggone bar because the Eagles freaking lost. And not only, but they had so many opportunities to win the game. AJ Brown, you could not ever in your life complain about not getting the ball, but you dropped 59 passes. There were so many passes that the Eagles could have, oh my God, that they could have literally taken advantage of the game and blew it out the water, but you dropped every single one. Everyone. I've been complaining all year about not getting the ball. All I'm saying is it hurt my heart as one of the teams that I support watching the 49ers celebrate because they celebrated all night. And I heard bang, bang, not in game so many times I could throw up. So that is my perspective. Jay Nicole, what did you think about the game?
Look, and I'm over here looking. AJ Brown, you were targeted 7 times and only came up with 3 receptions for 25 yards, bruh. That was despicable. All your complaining, your distraction on the team. We got to hear all this noise about you need the ball, this, that, and the third. Jalen, pass it to me. And then you don't come through in the biggest moment. And y'all the Super Bowl champions?
And then don't talk to the media.
Oh, yeah, he did. He set that out because he already knew they was going to come for him like he ain't never look. He was like, nah, I can't even be a part of this. I can't do it. He's like, I ain't ready to hear all that noise. Like, bruh. Wow. I mean, and we know that the offense has been stagnant and, Saquon wasn't Saquon this year. And it's just been, you know what I mean? It's been hit or miss. And so to me, did I think they were going to repeat? No. Did I think they could beat the 49ers? Because the 49ers are playing with a ton of backup players, third stringers, practice teamers. Like, look, everybody on the 49ers is hurt, okay?
It's hurt. Everybody's out.
Everybody. George Kittle go out. Was it that an ACL at second quarter?
I think it was an Achilles.
Achilles. Look, I mean, this is your game. This is a game to win. Literally, backup players, third stringers, practice squad. Like, y'all couldn't beat them? Yeah, it is. No, not good at all, Eagles. Eagles fans have to be definitely crushed. That game was too close. And the drops, the pivotal moments, like they just didn't come through. And you can, like I said, the Eagles did not look like Eagles of last year. Like Eagles, like, let me say this, and I'm still hurting a little bit because the team that beats my team is now my enemy. So, but guess what?
Sure.
Guess what? Last year in the Super Bowl, they understood the assignment. If we want to beat the Chiefs, we got to beat the brakes off of them. This ain't gonna be no close game where it's up and no, because we know what Patrick Mahomes does in close game. We ain't gonna do that. We gonna beat the brakes off of them. And so they have to have like a dominant mindset. You could just tell going into it. Even the last game of the season, Nick Sirianni sits them after the first half, and it's like, dude, you could still get the second seed. Why are you not trying to get the second seed in your play? You know what I'm saying? Like, take this. The Bears lost to the Lions. Y'all could get the second seed, and you're like, oh no, we'll just rest up and woo. You're rested up, and you already out of it, baby. Already out of it.
Yes,
just like that.
I mean, you brought up a great point, as far as, especially with like last year. Like the Eagles definitely understood the assignment. Like you got to put foot on neck when it comes to the Chiefs. Like you got to blow. Like it can, like you said, it can be a close game. You got to blow them out of the water, because if you give them a close game and you give Patrick Mahomes enough time, just like Tom Brady, you give him enough time, wrap it up. It's gifts on Christmas. It's over with. Like they're going home with another Super Bowl championship. So you're absolutely right. The offense definitely was something to be concerned about all season. It was stagnant all season. The offensive coordinator was trash, basura. And you see that because they got rid of him as soon as they possibly could. So gone, because there's no way that you have that kind of firepower on offense and you are as horrible as you are and as stagnant as you are on offense. Like AJ Brown was getting way more catches last year than he was this year. Devontae Smith, Saquon was Saquon. Like it was just a lot that was wrong with that Eagles offense, but they are way too talented for that to be the case. And they still have a great defense. They still got a great offensive line. Like none of those things have changed. It's just that offensive coordinator, he knows that offense for sure. So I'm interested to see what direction that they go in within the next year, as far as like who they decide to hire for the offensive coordinator, and what they unleash, because they are a very talented team, very much could be a Super Bowl contending team. They just got to get some things right as far as on the offensive end, because the Eagles that won the championship were Eagles that could score in a myriad of ways.
Right.
Like that's how they won the championship. They could score offense, they could score defense, they could score wide receiver, running back, quarterback. Like it didn't matter. Like there was just a myriad of ways that they could get the ball into the end zone. And this year you did not see that. It was one or two options, and it became very predictable. Definitely towards like when they were pushing towards the playoffs, like it just was a very predictable offense. So definitely interested to see where they go. But moving along to another coach who did not get fired, but he stepped down. Mike Tomlin stepped down from the Pittsburgh Steelers after 19 seasons. He had 19 seasons without a losing record, but still after his first round playoff exit, in which they lost to the Texans. I think it was 29-6 was the score, or
something. Yeah. 20.
Something like that, right?
It was at the end. It was 30-6. Yeah, they blew it out for quarter. It was a close. It was like 7-6 for a while, and then it was like fourth quarter. Yeah.
So either way it go, it was not a good showing for him, for Aaron Rodgers, for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Period. So what do you think about Mike Tomlin stepping down? Do you think it was the right decision? And where do you think Pittsburgh goes from here?
Yeah, I definitely think it was. I mean, it was the 7th straight playoff loss, right? They haven't won in 7 years of playoff. They make it there, but they don't win. And they went all in on Aaron Rodgers, because I was wondering, I'm like, what are we doing? Y'all gonna go all in on Aaron Rodgers? Like, let me get a good quarterback and maybe see what we can do. And offense, still, I didn't either. I thought they were for sure gonna get Shador and like, hey, we could coach him up. I thought that was the perfect Tomlin and Shador.
Could you imagine Mike Tomlin and Shador Sanders?
Right. I was like, get him. I was blown away. I'm like, y'all not gonna take him. I said, wow, y'all really doing shit dirty. But anyways, they went all in on Aaron Rodgers, and you don't know what you're gonna get with that man. So I was just like, okay. And let's really be real. You're a field goal away from not making it to the playoffs, because the Ravens kicker couldn't make no field goal.
Again, another kicker.
And they got rid of Justin Tucker, who was having all them problems. But now, you can't do.
At least he can make field goals. He had his issues, but the man could put the ball between the. You know what I'm saying?
Man, these kickers. But I think it was time. 19 years, and I know the Steelers pride themselves. They're only their whole time that they've been a professional team, they've only had 3 coaches. So now looking for Tomlin's replacement. This is their 4th coach. I mean, a coaching career for almost 20 years. I think he built a culture. I think it was strong, but it was like, you're not going to get over the hump. First of all, you don't have a quarterback. You know what I mean? Y'all could be defense all lights out, Jalen Ramsey, TJ, whatever, but y'all don't have a quarterback. Y'all don't have the offense to match, to go with the defense. And you got a lot of aging players and everything like that. I think it was great for him to step down when he did at a high. I think he will go and be in the Hall of Fame because 19 winning seasons. You never had a losing season. You did get a Super Bowl and you won that early. So, okay. You were still getting to the playoffs and everything like that. I have a lot of respect for him. Love him as a coach. I honestly think take a year off, you know what I mean? Go be with your wife. Go take her on a bunch of vacations, see your grandkids, whatever, right? And then maybe come back and do television, right? Be an analyst or whatever I could see him doing. I don't think he should coach again. Not because he can't coach again, but I think you know what I mean? You put in your time. You started young. 30 when you started, you know what I mean? Like, you're good. You don't got nothing else to prove. You don't need to go to another team that's trash and then, be losing
and ruin your record.
Go off on a high. You said, you know what? We went all in with Aaron Rodgers to see if we could make it to a Super Bowl. It didn't happen. You know what? I'm gonna graciously step down and go live my life, man. So hats off to Tomlin. I'm glad he stepped down versus getting fired. Like, he knew. He was like, this is it. We went all in with Aaron Rodgers. If we don't make it, hey, that's it. You know what I mean? So hey, appreciate you, man. You did a great job with the Steelers organization. Go enjoy life. Go enjoy your family for a year, and again, come back and be an analyst.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that Mike Tomlin is a great coach, and also, like, when you coach for a storied franchise like the Pittsburgh Steelers, where else can you really go? You know what I'm saying? It's just like how Bill Belichick was with the Patriots for so long, and then he went to college, and it's like it's not the same. It's not the same. Like him and the Patriots were like a match made in heaven. Mike Tomlin with the Steelers, same thing, and he's a black coach that was with a storied franchise for 19 years. Like, they kept you for 19 years. It does not get any better than the Pittsburgh Steelers. I would love to see Mike Tomlin go into a role like a Bill Cowher and, like you said, be on TV, be an analyst, break down the game. Like, I would love to, hear his thoughts and, like, kind of as he shares his brain, how he prepares and how he sees different players and schemes and stuff like that. Like, I want to hear that from him. I don't want to see him coaching nowhere else. I don't want to see him wearing no other uniform. Like, I was introduced to you as a Pittsburgh Steelers head coach. I want that memory to remain. Like, I don't want it to be anything else. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna do anything football involved, yes, be an analyst or I really think that's it. Like, just to be I don't even want to see him to be an offensive coordinator, like none of that. Like, just be an analyst. You know what I'm saying? Like, just break down the game, get your money, go home, like you said, spend time with your family, take your wife on vacation, kids, grandkids, all the time that you miss being the head coach, make up on that time, because like, you did a hell of a job, no matter what. Anybody can say anything. You are a Super Bowl winning coach. Period. Point blank. Period. And it's not a lot of coaches that can say that. And like I said, you had 19 years in one of the most storied franchises in the NFL where you did not have a losing season. That is very hard to do. So hats off to him, and also hats off to him for knowing that, like, this is my time. I need to go ahead and step in. Like, I don't need to continue on. Let me step down. Let them bring some new energy in, and see what they can do going forward as far as being the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So shout out to him. Moving on from the NFL to some NBA news, because over here we love the NBA. Let's start with Jay Nicole. Finally, the Thunder beat the Spurs, because the Spurs have been putting belts and ass on the Oklahoma City Thunder throughout the season, but they finally got the dub. Before I get into that particular game, I want to ask you, as a San Antonio San Antonio, Texas resident who watches the Spurs, obviously supports the Spurs. You see the hat.
See
What are
that?
the feelings? What are the feelings about the San Antonio Spurs and about Wemby? Like, how do you feel like that team fares this year? And y'all got De'Aaron Fox, which is one of my favorites. Like,
We
but I'm
stole
so
your
sad that
guy.
he's
He
gone.
said, "Let me come over here to
Stole
Texas." He
the
left Cali.
guy. You see, I got
We
my King
stole
shirt on. I'm
him.
so sad about it. But yes, what are
Yeah.
you guys' feelings about the team and just
Look.
what they can do this year?
Yeah, for sure. Let me first say, shout out to my girl Carolina T covering the Spurs this season, doing a wonderful job. We see you, sis.
We love you,
see you.
CT.
Yes. Let me get that out. Spurs fans could not be more excited about this team, about this young, fresh, hungry team. Okay. Like you know what I mean? Like we're all sitting here, you know what I mean? Like, okay, we got Wemby, right? He was our number 1 pick. Then we go get Castle, right? Get him. Then we got he got rookie of the year. Wemby got rookie of the year. Then we go get Dylan Harper, who's Ron Harper's son of the Chicago Bulls or the Lakers, right? He number 2 pick. I mean, right? We got Keldon Johnson been our 6th man. We got Harrison Barnes. We got a vet over here. But yeah, let's go back. We got De'Aaron Fox. It's like our team is ready and primed to win. Okay, Spurs fans are excited, man. Wemby's still over here looking like a guard, breaking them down from the 3-4 line. Swish. Okay, it's crazy. It's like, how is this big man able to play like this? Like, this don't even seem right. This don't seem real. It's too easy.
It's not fair.
It's not fair. Now, I'm gonna shout out because I don't like Draymond Green, but that game where Draymond was guarding them all hard in his face or whatever, and they lobbed him in and dunked on him, and we were screaming in his face. Exactly. Take that, Draymond. Take that. Don't let the skinniness fool you, my guy. Don't let it fool you. Right?
I love that.
Yes. I want to see him, man. Oh my gosh, the Spurs are excited. I gotta get to a game of the season. But yeah, man, the Spurs fans, San Antonio is going crazy because we know what we could be. The league has changed, right? It is no longer, we just need a superstar. I mean, you saw what the Thunder did, baby. We need young team. Look who was in the finals. The Pacers and we just need a young core guys. It's not about having a big superstar no more, man. It's a system and you work it. And the Spurs are primed for that. I mean, like I said, we got, Harrison Barnes. We got DeAndre Fox. They're going to do their thing. But the young guys on the team, man, they running it, man. We are, well, I mean, we ain't going to be in a play-in game this year. And it hurts that we were so close that we were leading in the cup game, right? And then the Knicks came back and beat us. But wow, man. It's just like unbelievable. But we got Wemby, man. We got to get you healthy. And I know they're cautious with him. Even when he like had hurt us, they're like, okay, let's sit him out a little bit longer. You were talking about this before the show started, bro. You got to gain some weight, man. We need about 40 pounds on you, man.
Yeah, you got to put
some
weight on.
You 7'4", bro. You 7'4". I think you bitch Katie like 6'11", 7, right? But like you 7'4", you gotta. If he put about 40 pounds on him,
he's a big, tall guy, and like I was saying before, like everybody can't beat KD. Like KD is a rarity. Like where he put on a little bit of muscle, but he didn't really have to bulk up like that because he was mainly a guard more than he was like a down low. I'm gonna back you down, get to the basket kind of guy. Wemby is because he's so tall. Is going to be put in a position where he has to back guys down and be in the paint. So if you're going to be in the paint, you got to bang with people. You got to put on a little bit of weight. Like Shaq was 7 foot, but he had weight on him. Yeah, was 7 foot. He had weight on him. You know what I'm saying? Tim Duncan, David Robinson, like they weren't 7 foot, but they were like close treading towards that. Yeah. But they put weight, but they had muscle. They had body on them. Because, like I said, when you play that kind of position where your main focus is to be in the lane because you have such an advantage, you gotta have some weight on you. Like it is like he still can do all the guard stuff because he naturally has that. Like he has a handle, he has a jump shot, he can get to his spots. Like that is naturally in him. But imagine how scary women would be if he had a body frame like a Giannis. Like think about how Giannis, like when he first came into the league, because Giannis was scrawny too.
Oh yeah,
he was really skinny and he was getting thrown around, tossed around. Then he put that muscle on them, and it got a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
people had to start guarding him a little bit different. But he doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have the jump shot and the handle that Wemby has. Now imagine Wemby gets that kind of body type with the skill set that he has. Again, cancel Christmas. It's a wrap. He's taking over the league. But this first team, like you said, is very, very exciting. Like I love De'Aaron Fox. I got to see a lot of him, obviously working at the Kings Arena. Him and his wife are model people, model citizens, one of the nicest people that you will ever meet. But also, De'Aaron is a true point guard, but he also can get his. And that is going to be perfect matched with somebody like Wemby, because when you clue in on Wemby, De'Aaron is still young, still fast, still athletic, and he still can get his shots. He still can lock down on defense. He still can, run the show. Like you said, Castle, and just all the young guys that they have on the Spurs right now, like they have the potential to be dynasty-esque. But of course, they got to win one first. But the potential and the talent and the mentality is definitely all there. Then they're definitely going to be a stone in the Thunder side for years to come, because they're kind of, those teams are kind of built the same, which is why it's so competitive every time that they play, because they have kind of the same stature. They got the superstar guy, they got the role players, they got the defense, they got the grit, they got the effort. Like it's just they're very evenly yoked, very evenly matched. Um, but I do think that the Spurs beating them as many times as they have beat them this year does spell a little bit of trouble for the Thunder, because they exposed a lot of their weaknesses. And at the start of the season, obviously, like the Thunder were just running through everybody, and then they
Right. They had one loss.
they're one loss, and then they met the Spurs, and people were like, "Well, wait a minute, there's some weaknesses, there's some holes that we can poke through here, because they made that look a little too easy." And then they beat them again. And it was just like, okay, so that wasn't just a one shot thing. Like they got their number a little bit, and then they beat them again, and it was like, oh, wait a minute, they didn't figure something out. And you know what? Something that I want people to pay attention to when it comes to the Thunder and the Spurs, whatever little rivalry Wemby and Chet have, that's a real thing. Because Wemby take that personal every single time. He put his foot on Chet neck every single time. I don't know what Chet did. I don't know what the reason is, but I know every time he matches up against Chet, that is a different beast of Wemby that we get to see every single time. And a healthy Wemby, if they match up against the OKC Thunder in the Western Conference Finals, which because those are my Western Conference Finals picks, early prediction, it might get scary. I'm just saying it might get scary. What do you think, Jamie?
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Like I want to see them battle in the playoffs so bad. And I think I was watching the interview after the post game, and SGA was like, they were like, this wasn't our Super Bowl, because like you hear people chirping like, bro, you can't handle the Spurs. He was like, this wasn't our Super Bowl. This is just another game off the match. Yeah, they beat us 3 times. We're competitive. We know what we needed to do this game, whatever. Look, bruh, they beat you 3 times. You got 1 lick back, but that's just one. They beat you to go to the cup, bruh. Like nobody saw that, because y'all was wrecking everybody. Y'all had 1 loss. And then the Spurs came down and like, baby, what you not gonna do is throw us around. I mean, they're the best team. Like, they're so evenly matched, right? Like, they're the best team to go up against each other. So, I mean, I definitely see that going, 7-game series or whatever. It's like, right now, KC is up in the. OKC is up in the standings. So it's like if it's a home, you know what I mean. I can see it literally going 7 and win. You know what I mean. And then the Spurs gotta like go to their house and win it or something. If it stays, if the standing stays. But it's going 7 for real. Like
if it goes 7, that is a must see TV game. Like that game is gonna be extremely competitive. It's gonna be neck and neck. It's gonna come down to who won it more. And I personally cannot wait, because again, I think that's gonna be my Western Conference Finals matchup, is those two teams, especially if Wemby can stay healthy. And that's the big thing, if Wemby can stay healthy the remainder of the season. But moving on from that to just one more little short NBA news before we wrap up with the NFL. Trae Young was traded in the middle of a game when he was playing for the Atlanta Hawks in street clothes. He dapped everybody up and said his goodbyes and was traded to the Washington Wizards, which was his preferred destination, by the way. I want to make sure that I throw that in there. He preferred to go there. What is your thoughts about Trae Young going to the Wizards? Do you think that he's an expendable piece for them, or do you think that they're going to build around him? Was he chasing the bag? Like, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, first just hearing it without, fully getting in the background, you're like, what? The Hawks traded to the Wizards? Wait, you wanted to go there? Wait, they like second to last place, right? Like, what are we?
Hey, them and the Kings, and hey, repping, but they right here, right here.
I was shocked first. I was like, okay, let me learn about this because I'm trying to understand what was going on. And watching some commentary about it, they were like, it was something they were talking about. They knew the trade. It was kind of the chatter in the building. He was no longer, their franchise guy, right? Hadn't got him over the hump, even though they went, deep in the playoffs. They went all the way to
Eastern Conference Finals, right?
Yeah, Eastern Conference
I
Finals
think,
one year. They did.
yeah,
He did get him there, and
yeah.
that's when he was
Mm-hmm.
ice and all the, you know what I mean, and shit, and all, yeah, all of that. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, but they were like, look, it's a young team, a man's team. You've been in the league since 18, so like 7 years. They're like, we're seeing
Yep.
other people on the team. Like when he was out, I guess they went 13-9. They were saying, which is, I mean,
Yeah.
still had a
Yep.
winning record, but when he came back from injury, they lost him 5 games.
Yeah.
So they were just kind of
Mm-hmm.
like, this ain't it. He ain't it. Like he ain't getting. He don't gel with us. What we're trying to do. And again, it's a new league. It's a young man's game. Build that core. So it was like, hey, we gotta let him go. And I think he was good about it. I think Washington. I'm gonna still say he's a star. And so I think going to Washington and helping them win and get better. And now they're really like, okay, cool. We got the people around you, and we can do what we need to do. You know what I mean? So it's like they believe in him. They think, okay, he's a star because when's the last time they had a star? Bradley Beal, right? And Bradley Beal gone. So it was like, let's come in here and get
John Wall,
John
David Lewis,
Wall,
all yeah.
yeah. So it's like we got to get like a dude, like a name, right? Like, oh snap, we got Trae Young. Okay, bet. So I think it was good for all parties involved. Sometimes you gotta switch it up, you gotta mix it up. You know what I mean? Nothing was happening in Atlanta, something new. But like I said, I was mostly shocked. I'm like, you wanted to go to the Washington Wizards? But okay, but if that's what, hey, they're like, hey, we still see you as a star. We want our guys to come around you. We want you to lead the team and stuff like that. And of course, you want to go somewhere where you're wanted and where they think still believe in you and think you can win. So I think it was a good move for all parties. Now seeing it that way, you know what I mean? After I learned a little bit more about it, I was like, okay, this makes sense. It's time to move on, fresh start. They believe in you. You're still a star. They're willing to build around you. Atlanta wants to go the young guy way and build around their young guys and kind of go there. So I think it's good. Like, but in the middle of a game is crazy as street clothes, right? I was like, what the? I said, what?
Literally, I was on like Instagram and going back and forth between that, ESPN and Twitter, and they were just like, "Singers traded Trae Young," and then I got the alert, and then I just see him dapping people up, and he's leaving, and I'm like, "Wow, sir, that's crazy." I think Atlanta is foul as hell for doing him like that. Like, I mean, granted, I know y'all have been talking about trading him. He probably wanted to be traded. Cool, but to do that in the middle of the game is insane to me. Like, say what you want about Trae Young, but he has brought Atlanta brought them to a place of prominence that they had not been to in a very, very long time. And like he gave them opportunity, like, and them not being where they supposedly feel like they need to be is not all on him. I'm gonna just say that that's not all on him. I feel like management failed him a few times as far as like free agency trades, things of that nature. Like they didn't do what they needed to do to build around him, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
However, going forward from that, I do think it's crazy that he chose Washington Wizards as a place that he wanted to go, being as how bad of a team that they are. But maybe there's a bigger picture that we don't know about. Maybe that there's conversations that obviously like behind closed doors of what essentially that Washington Wizards team could look like. Because I mean, DC is a great. I feel like that's a great place for basketball, great place to play. Especially when they were good. Like it was very exciting to watch them like compete in the playoffs, like back in the LeBron days when he was in Cleveland, his first time in Cleveland. So that was a good time. But if they can build around Trae Young and give him the right pieces where at least he could contend, that could be a really fun situation. But if not, and he just over there to get the bag, then it's like Trae, I gotta look at you a little bit different, bro, because I thought you were on the trajectory to be like a second coming of Steph Curry, and like right now it ain't looking too good. You going to the Washington Wizards, brother. Like you ain't gonna reach that plateau at Washington, my boy. But I mean, like I said again, maybe there's something that he sees that we don't. Wish him all the best. But going to Washington, that's a choice. That is a choice because again, they're not a very good team. But last but not least, let's go ahead and before we wrap this up all the way, talk about the division round that's coming up. Obviously, predictions. So first game we got is the Bills and the Broncos. Who you got winning, Jay? And
Yeah, like you said, hey, put some respect on the Broncos name. They are the number one seed. They did go out there and win it. At times, though, Bo Nixon offense looks stale, and you know what I mean. I'm going with Josh Allen and them Bills because I think he's gonna be Superman. Put the team on his back, put the cape on. I just, again, like I said, it's wide open. This is his year.
yep,
Like you don't have
yep.
Patrick, you don't got Joe, you don't got Lamar. Like if you don't get it now,
Mhm.
bruh. So I'm gonna ride him
Yeah.
all the way to the end. So I got to go Josh Allen and the Bills. Who you got?
I'm gonna go the same. I'm gonna pick Josh Allen and the Bills as well. I think that again, like we discussed before, it's Josh Allen's time. Like I don't see anybody. They would only lose if he beats himself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only thing that I would have to say to him. Like, if you don't beat yourself, like you have all the components to win a Super Bowl championship. So I'm gonna go with Josh Allen for sure. I think the Broncos have the potential to be again another good contending team in the AFC. They need a couple more pieces. I think Bo Nix definitely needs the, like you said, the experience, and this is his first time. So I don't think obviously unless, I mean, it could happen, but I don't see it. I don't see that this happening this time as far as him going for the upset. So I definitely have the Bills. Next game is 49ers and the Seahawks. Who do you got, Jay Nicole, and why?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sam Darnold is a fraud. Oh, sorry, did I say it too loud?
Oh, oh, oh,
It goes back to experience again. And I know they're a great team, and I know they got a great defense, and I know he's, held his own or whatever. That was the regular season, baby. It's playoffs now, right? And you look like a shell of yourself last year with the Minnesota Vikings. The playoffs came, no matter how great you had a great regular season with the Vikings, and the playoffs came and you just couldn't get it done. And I'm not convinced. Come and convince me, Sam Darnold. Convince me against the 49ers. Now, you just played them a couple of weeks ago. Very low scoring game. I think it was like 13-3 or some 6 or something like that. So it's like, okay, maybe it'll just be a long scoring game and the defenses will come up and everything like that. But yeah, I'm Brock Purdy is hot right now, and Kyle Shanahan is a great coach, and I'm just like, you know what, they're playing with house money, right? All these people got injuries on their team, so I'm like, Mr. Irrelevant, go get it. But Sam Darnold, you have not convinced me. Purdy's been in the Super Bowl, okay? They just beat the Super Bowl. Like, I'm sorry, Sam Darnold, you ain't done nothing yet. You ain't proved nothing yet. So prove me wrong.
Yes. I'm with you on that. I hate to say it, but I do think that the 49ers are going to probably advance in this game, particularly because of what you spoke about as experience, and for one, and for two, Sam Darnold has experience, but we also see in his experience, and it's not a great one. Like, it's not. He gets to the playoffs and he does not have a good time. He's yet to proven that he can be that quarterback that you can rely on, and I also just seen a report that says that he is questionable for the game as going forward. So if you're already questionable, that lets me know how this game gonna go. But I'm not gonna count the Seahawks out because they do have that defense, and Brock Purdy is known to make some questionable decisions when he gets under pressure. So I'm not gonna completely just be like the 49ers, it's a wash. I feel like it's gonna be a close game, but I feel like the 49ers have enough offensive talent to squeeze it out. In the next game, we got the Texans and the Patriots. So who do you think is going to win and why?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. This is me. And I'll say it before, I don't like Cinderella stories. I want a team who's been consistently good in the playoffs. This season feels fluky, okay? So Drake May, you have not convinced me. Didn't they have like the third easiest schedule in the play? Like,
they sure did.
They sure did. Like, you have not convinced me. Show me something in the playoffs. Like, you too new, bro. I'm glad you're doing good, and I'm glad you made the Patriots irrelevant again because we didn't think that was ever gonna happen.
Hello?
But yeah, bruh, no, I just can't. Like, to me, that's a fluke. I don't know if you're gonna be here next year. I do not like no Cinderella stories. So, give me the Texans, just because the Texans have been, since CJ Stroud, D'Amico Ryans, they've been in the playoffs. They won playoff games. You know what I mean? That defense is atrocious. Okay. I feel like they can get after Drake May, and so look, I know the Patriots are the home team, but I'm like, all right, road team, Texans, let's do it. You know what I mean?
Let's do it. Yeah,
let's do it. I'm gonna go to. Hey, I used to work for the Texans too, so I'm gonna ride them. They're the other Texans team over here, so I'm gonna ride with them. Let's go Texans.
Fair enough. I think I'm gonna ride with you too. I think I'm gonna go with the Texans, even though I like the Patriots because they got Cardi B man over there or whatever.
Hey!
But I think that hello, it's me. But anyway, I think that the Texans are, as a team constructed, they are a better team than the Patriots, and I would rely on their quarterback play with CJ Stroud a lot more than I would rely on Drake May, like you said. He hasn't been there. CJ Stroud has. He's had success. Drake May hasn't been the most consistent quarterback. They've had some low scoring games, and then with how the defense is for the Texans, it's gonna be quite the test for him to have to overcome. I'm gonna just put it that way. So I have a lot more trust in the Texans than I do the Patriots. So I'm definitely gonna go with the Texans for sure. But I do think that it has a potential to be a close game because obviously, like, CJ Stroud did not play the greatest game the last game that we saw him against the Steelers. That defense won them that game.
That defense.
He was not the reason that they won that
fumbles,
game. Yes, like
he struggled.
He did not play well. So if he doesn't play well, then it's going to be a dogfight. But I still would edge the Texans over the Patriots. But if he plays well, it might get ugly. Last but not least, the game that I feel like me and Jay probably are anticipating the most. The Rams versus the Bear down Chicago Bears in Chicago. Yeah.
Woo! Let's go.
You heard me. So who do you have winning that game and why? And keep in mind, it is in Chicago.
It is in Chicago.
The Rams got to go to the frozen tundra. They're not in the sunny skies and the palm trees in California. No, they got to come to the trenches and see what it do. So who do you got winning that game?
Yes, this is why it makes it more even. But I'm not gonna lie, I wanted the Eagles to win because I'm like, hey, we already beat the Eagles on that Black Friday game. The Bears did, so I wanted them to win. I was like, oh, we getting the Rams. But Matthew Stafford, I thought he was washed when he was with the Lions, and over here looking like an MVP.
No.
Puka Nacua? What? And Devontae get back?
Devontae got a battery in his back that I didn't think he was gonna ever get. I thought it was over for him when he went to the Jets. I was like, oh, it's done. He has revitalized himself in a way that I did not see coming.
Did not see this coming. So, but with all that being said, right?
With all that being said,
the Rams.
What are we talking about?
The Rams are coming to the frozen tundra, and I think that will be the difference in the game, honestly. Let's go. Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson, Loveland, DJ Moore, all my guys. Let's go, Bears. Bear down, baby. We're here, man. Like, I got to ride the home team all the way through, man. I just got to. So I'm excited, elated. I don't even know if there's enough words to describe how great I feel about seeing this game. And, Bears fans, you wish you were back at home in Chicago for this because this
I'm telling you.
But I gotta rock with my Bears. I think they just have the mentality. There's a no quit. You know what I mean? If you could come back down from 3-21, then you come in second half, didn't look that great. The Packers scored another touchdown, and you know what I'm saying? Like, to me,
no matter what,
their mentality is just, it ain't over till it's over. Winner games won in the fourth quarter, overtime. Like, they just have that mentality. So I can't never give it quits. Even, you know what I mean? I think it'll be a close game, though. I definitely do. Rams came back. They're like, oh, Panthers, y'all thought y'all was about to win this? He's like, nah. Like, we come. So I know it's going to be a good game. I know it's going to be a close game, and I'm just excited to see it.
Yeah, I'm riding with you again. I'm going Bear down. I'm going in Chicago. Yeah. I'm going there because I feel like there's just a synergy around this team. Like, I just can't get over the vibe and the feeling that I have when I watch them play, when I watch them talk about each other, when I watch them, after the game and their post game and when they're in the locker room, and just the love that they have for each other, not just each other, but the coach as well. and how the coach feeds into the petty, he feeds into the BS, he feeds into everything. Like he has so much faith in his team and in his quarterback, and I feel like that makes such a difference. Now, the Bears do have to understand that they are going against a Super Bowl champion team,
Yeah.
quarterback and a coach. They've been there before. They won on the road. They know what it takes to get there. And
Mhm.
they played in the cold, so they not. I don't think that they're scared of it. But
Yeah.
at the same time, the energy that's I can feel the energy from Chicago all the way where I'm at because I just understand living there for so long. Like you just know what it's like when the Bears are good and they are contending and they have a chance to go all the way. Like that overtakes the city, it overtakes the team, and everybody just they buy in and they're on the same page. So I got the Bears in a close game. I'm not going to be surprised if it goes the other way and the Rams win in the close game because again they do have the experience. But if you ask my prediction and what I want to happen, I want the Chicago Bears to go on to the next round. And I mean, it's Soldier Field. Listen to me, like it's
Mhm.
gonna be turned. It's gonna be cold, but it's gonna be turned all the way up to the full maximum. The city ain't. You have never seen the city be on his head like it's gonna be on his head for this game, and I am juiced. I cannot wait to see the result of this game. And like I said, I'm riding with the Bears. I'm riding with Iceman, the acrylic assassin, Caleb Williams. I'm riding with you, brother. So take us all the way, man. Take us all the way. They talked about you, they doubted you, but we back in the game now. So take us all the way, brother. We going all the way to the bowl. We going to the big dance, as they like to call it. But
Let's go.
that, that is our predictions for the wild card round or for the divisional round. I'm sorry. But obviously, like we will be watching, getting the results of the game, and then once the games are over, we will conform together. And then our next episode, we will talk about it. Win, lose, or draw, whether we was right, wrong, or indifferent. We gonna be right back here talking about it and breaking it down. But Jay Nicole, let the people know where they can find you. What you got coming up next? If anything, any other shows that you may be on that they need to check out, let them know what's going on.
Yes, yes, yes. You guys can follow me at Janae and Nicole on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget something, Twitter, X. I'm barely on there now. I feel like it didn't completely fall off. I literally just wrapped up Red Kingdom with my guys Cam and Greg. We just wrapped it up. Our season
Shout
ended
out
early.
Greg. Shout out Greg. Yeah, y'all see it
Hello.
way too early, but shout out to my brother
Too
Greg.
early. We ain't used to this. We used to go until February. So, but we're gonna be right back at it in April for the NFL draft. So looking forward to
Yes,
that. So
yes.
we're real excited. But yeah, follow me on all social media platforms. The Sports Senseis are back, baby. You can
We
see
back,
we
baby. Pow,
back.
pow.
We excited. You saw I was tongue tied in the video. I'm like getting going. So
Let's
let's
go.
get sports with these ladies. Ruth, we'll see you at the next show. But yeah,
Yes,
we back,
indeed.
baby. We back.
We back rolling, yes, and shout out to our good sis Ruth. Like I said, she wasn't able to make it tonight, but we held it down for you, sis. But next show, we need you back. We need your expertise. Ruth the Truth. It ain't the Sports Senseis don't rock the same without Ruth the Truth. So what I'm saying, we anticipate you coming back on the next show, sis. But as for me, you can follow me on Instagram at sensei_33. As well as on TikTok, sensei_33 as well. I'm gonna try to post more on that page because I have two separate pages on TikTok, but I'm gonna try to post it more on that page. On Facebook, just a lot of traffic. You can follow me there, and I'll post all of the Sports Sensei stuff. Make sure you follow the Sports Sensei page on Facebook as well as the Sports Network because all of our exclusive content will be on that page as well. So follow all of those pages. Shout out to our brother Fetty, who got us back in the game, got us back in the door. But definitely, we are excited to be back. The Sports Sensei is back rocking. So every Thursday around this time, you can expect us to come and deliver you all your sports news. Because nobody does it better than the Sports Senseis. But that is the show for today. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Thank y'all for tuning in. And we will see y'all next Thursday. Love.